the next password we have, that is VTY password. VTY password means what? If you want to take the remote of any other switch, if you want to take the remote means what? Suppose if we have two switch available in our organization, so firstly I have to attach one switch more. So that is one switch. Then I have to need some PC there. Then just connect that PC with each other. Click on PC, fast Ethernet, switch. Then again take the cable, fast Ethernet, connect on switch. So now they are connected, and we have to connect that switch with each other also. So connect that switch. Now they are also connected. To take the display of second switch, we have to need one more PC. Connect one more PC there, and then connect console cable on console port and on PC RS232. So now I created that topology there, and we have to apply the IP address on system also. Let me apply. Earlier I applied 10.1.2.3.4. Now on this I will apply 10.5. 10.5. On second system I will apply 10.6, and I will write in notes also so that you can understand. 192.168, 10.5 there, and on second that is 10.6. Right, so I applied that. So now everyone just create the same topology. Add one switch to PC and connect that with each other, and then connect one more PC to take the display of that. Everyone just create that. So after creating this topology, what we have to do? We have to apply IP address on the switch interface by which the switch connected with each other. So how to apply that? Firstly, I will apply IP address on this interface on this switch. So 192.168, and I use 10.6 the last. So I will apply 10.7 here. Right, and on second switch I will apply 192.168, 10.8 here. That IP I will apply on that interface. So the next thing is on switch, when you will apply the IP address. So always, as we discussed, when you apply IP address, so we have to apply that IP address on interface. But in switch we have 24 interface available. We have 24 ports is there. So on which interface we have to apply that? So in switch we have one rule for the all ports. We have one VLAN available. VLAN means virtual LAN. Physically we created that LAN. That is called LAN. That is physical LAN. But in switch, the internally port are connected with each other, used to your VLAN. That is called virtual LAN. So we have to apply the IP address on that VLAN. And we can also take the example, like if we take the example of a student. So class means what? Class means the group of students. That is called class. And if I will apply any rule on that class, so that rule will be applied on every student. So the same thing is there. We have the group of that ports, that is called VLAN. So when you will apply any IP address or any rule on that VLAN, that will be applied on all the ports available in that VLAN. So that means we have to apply that IP address on VLAN, virtual LAN. How to apply that? So I will go on the switch, and here I will run that command. So as we discussed, to create new configuration or to modify anything, we have to run command on global configuration mode here. So the command is interface VLAN, and VLAN 1 is present now. VLAN 1 is the default in which all the PC available. Or I can also show you, if I will show you. So let me show you first, just to exit, and I'm going to show you. So that means I have to run command on this privilege mode. So show VLAN, that is the command. And here you can see, here I have this VLAN 1 available, the default VLAN. And under this VLAN, we have all the ports available. Here you can see all the ports, all that FS012, FS04, FS024, all are available there. So means in VLAN 1 we have all the port available. So when I will apply the IP address on this VLAN 1, so that IP address will be applied for every port. So to apply IP address, the config T and here just type interface VLAN 1. Now IP address. So I am on my first switch. Here I want to apply 192.168.10.7. Now subnet mask. Okay, so what will be the subnet mask of this IP? Anyone knows? What will be the subnet mask?
55.255.255.0.
Okay, perfect. 255.255.255.0. That is because this IP address of class C. So for class C, that is the subnet mask. Press enter. Then no shutdown. No shutdown to up that VLAN. Now here you can see change state to up. Now that VLAN is up. Enter. So now IP is applied on that. So if you want to check the IP, so we can check like do exit, again exit on this privilege mode. We have to run that command show IP interface brief. This command I have to run. Enter. And these are the ports. Just press enter. More and more. And in last you will get the IP 24 now. That is a VLAN IP. Here it is applied. That right here you can see. So this is how we can apply the IP address and we can check that also. So let me write that commands. The command is there from this to this to apply IP on VLAN. Command is that set IP. Command is that and one more thing to check VLAN. Command is that. Okay, so now these are the commands. Everyone start to run that command. And on second switch, also you have to run the same command. Only the change will be in IP address. In IP address, you have to put on second switch 10.8. Else command will be same. Right? Everyone just start to run that command on your switch and make sure you have to write correct IP address. On first switch 10.7 and also the second switch 10.8. So we set IP address here means on switch also. Now the next thing we have to apply VTY pass. VTY means virtual teletype. So virtual teletype means if you want to take the remote using Telnet protocol, right? As we discussed in networking, if you are doing anything, so for that we have some protocols available. Like if you want to take the remote, so we have Telnet protocol. Telnet also used in RDP, which we did earlier, RDP remote desktop or remote assistant. There is also Telnet work in backend. So the same thing is there in switch also. And in which condition you have to need that means you have to take the remote of switch. So suppose that is your another department in your organization, or if I will create like If I will click here and draw rectangle here, so that is the different. So that is the different department in my organization, and that is the IT server room or IT network room we have. So what we will do, suppose if you are a network administrator and you want to access that remote, access that switch from your location, you don't want to go there. So in that case, first time you have to set up, you have to do the setup on every switch, and after that, if you want to configure that second switch, so from first switch you can configure that. No need to go there. So you have to set what we have to need actually for that. First thing we have to need IP address. We set that. Second thing we have to need VTY password. So VTY password, just see how we can apply. For that I will go on this switch and here I will type enable. Now I'm going to apply that password. So I have to need global configuration mode. So config T. Here I will apply line space VTY space how many session you want to create for that remote. So you have to define that. So I want that session from zero space, suppose zero space two, I want that, right? So that zero, one, two. That means three session can be created for single switch. Three-person can access that remote of that switch at the same time if you define that. And the maximum value can be 15 there, right? Maximum value can be 15. More than 15 you can't define that. So till 15 you can define it. I just define 0 space 2. And make sure you have to type 0 space 4 also. Space you have to use there. Then enter. Then password. So password I just type 12345. The same password I said there. Now login. Right. So now this BTY password is set on that. Now one more thing I will do. That is not necessary for that. But what I will do, because I am going to take the remote of that switch. So how I will identify that that is my remote machine, because the name is same on every switch. Switch is there, that is the host name, and on second switch also I have that switch, that is the interface name, that is the host name. Here you can see switch. So how I can identify that? So for that I will change the host name. So how to change the host name? So here I will do exit, exit, and I will type host name space. I will give what I will give. Suppose I will give client switch. I'm just giving this client hyphen switch SW. So now the name is changed. You can see here client SW. So I will access from my second switch. Now I am on second switch. So how to access that? To access the remote, you have to go to enable, means on privilege mode. Here you have to run the command to access the remote. Command is telnet space the IP address of first switch. So on first switch, I apply that IP address 192.168.10.7. Enter. Trying. Okay. Connection timeout. Remote host. Why? Okay. Let me check one more thing. I will try to ping. Okay. Oh. Actually, the issue is that I told you to assign the IP address on second, but I didn't assign the IP address on second switch. So that's why it is showing that. Right. So firstly, I have to assign the IP address on second switch also. So config T and interface VLAN VLAN 1, then IP address 192.168.10.8, subnet mask is this, and note that down. So I forgot to assign the IP address, so that's why it's showing that. So now do exit on privilege mode. You have to run that command telnet space 192.168 and the IP address of my first switch. Enter. Trying. Here you can see the password. Here you have to type that BTY password. So I said there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. Now see. My current switch is this switch has, but I access that switch, client SW. I access that, right? So now from here I can work on that first switch also. I can configure anything. But one more thing we have to do, if you want to go next mode, enable. So for that we have to need enable password also on first switch, right? On first switch, you have to apply that enable password so that you can configure that. So if I will apply that enable password also here, like I will type enable password and I set same password 12345 here. So now I can do anything from second switch. On second switch, when I will type enable, then it will ask for password 12345. Now I have the privilege mode, config key. I can change from second switch. I am on second. Suppose if I change the host name again from second host name and I just change client. Suppose I type that client and SW2 I type there. I change that name. Right, that is changed. Now if I will see on my first switch, so here also it should be changed. When I will press enter, now see it's changed. Means from second switch I can do anything. I can configure anything. So that is how we can take the remote of switch. And the command is so we have to means I think all of you set the IP address. Now after that you have to set this VTY password there. Login, copy, and you have to set VTY password. The command is that. Then what you have to do? Set the BTY and hostname. You have to change for hostname of these and change host name. Command is that. Now the next thing, that things you have to do on first switch and on second switch you have to do on second switch to take the remote. You have to run that command where you get that copy and here to take a remote and you have to run that run on switch 2. That command you have to run on switch 2 and okay, so everyone just start to run that command.